laborers. 10 days. 5 big agencies with international expert advice as well are currently trying to ensure that these workers are rescued. The Uttarkashi tunnel rescue operations have entered day 10 and the evacuation process is on. It's not easy because they have to go through the concrete debris too and ensure other debris does not fall around them. India Today has now accessed these images. These are trapped workers and they're seen interacting, communicating with the rescue team members for the first time in 10 days of how they are, where they are and who they are. Food is also being sent to these workers through a pipeline and for the first time different ways are being charted out to be able to send them proper meals. NHIDCL is one of the agencies, the Highway Authority, that continues to drill from the Silkyara end of the tunnel and they are working with safety arrangements specifically. Then there is RVNL that started to work on another vertical pipeline, so another option. But that is to primarily supply essential items and whether it's medicines, food, dry fruits. This could be done after the Border Roads Organization completed with an approach road and that happened in just one day. So remember, different agencies are trying to explore all options possible to be able to dig through the tunnel. For the first time after 9 days, workers received a proper hot meal of a khichdi in the bottles sent through them. 24 plastic bottles with those meals were sent via the pipeline to the workers. Electricity, water had been made available in this portion of the tunnel. But clearly right now, with little steps that are being taken, but it's already 10 days, is there light at the end of the tunnel? And that's what we'll be praying for. For now, as we can see from the visuals, and thankfully all the 41 laborers are safe, alive. They are together in that area. The rescue teams have come with a 5-point plan. One among them will be a vertical drilling operation from the top. India Today tries to help you understand what is this operation and why is it taking so long? What is the difficulty, the challenges, and what is being done about it?
India's attention riveted at this moment on the progress of the rescue operations in the tunnel collapse in Uttarkashi. One of the critical links in the Char Dham project. Multiple probes currently on efforts to try and rescue the 41 workers who've been trapped. We've set up behind us to give our viewers a sense of the efforts that are currently being made to try and bring these 41 trapped workers out. There are 2 ends at which drilling work has started, at the Silkyara end and at the Barkot end. And what's happening is that they're attempting through different agencies. The Satluj Jal Vidyut Nigam is attempting vertical drilling in one place. Not just this, apart from the Satluj Jal Vidyut Nigam, other bodies too getting into the act and trying to ensure that they too can contribute. The National Highways Infrastructure Development Corporation is trying to drill in from the Silkyara end, which is where our correspondents are positioned. In a moment from now, I'll go across live to them and try and understand the progress that's been made. The good news, though, is that one pipe has been drilled in from which food supplies are now going. Earlier, they could only have dry fruit. Now, more food can be sent in less quantities, but food is being sent in.
So you saw through the illustration what possibly is the situation like, what does it look like there on the ground, and now what the expert views are. In an exclusive conversation, India Today's news director Rahul Kanwal spoke to Professor Arnold Dix. He's the International Tunnelling Association president. He's the underground expert in charge here at the Uttarkashi tunnel rescue operation. He spoke to Rahul Kanwal. Here's what he said.
So what I'm trying to understand from you is, just looking at it situationally, what are the challenges in each of those approaches, and which one do you think is most likely to succeed and why?
So if I can just talk to you about then generally the different approaches and why that you've got them there. And this is on the basis that what you've just asked me is public knowledge and has been released. So I'm trusting you. I'm standing here with a mountain behind me. I've got no idea what's happening. There's very poor communications here. So on the basis what you're telling me is true, this is how I see it. For the rescue mission within the tunnel in the area that's collapsed, it's the most likely to occur quickly, but it also has a number of complications and dangers because what we've seen is that the tunnel has already collapsed. So on the one hand, it might be quick, but on the other hand, poses some dangers because the mountain has already told us that it's not happy. The mountain has already collapsed in that area. So it's potentially quickest, but it's also risky because it's an area that's already unstable. And then if we say go to above the mountain, so today I went to the top of the mountain and I looked at the rocks there. The rocks there were fantastic. So for your viewers, it was as if there was a gift from nature in the rocks because exactly above the tunnel, exactly where the discussion is to do the vertical drill, is this beautiful piece of rock perfectly suited to do this task. Not anywhere else. It's like it's put there especially for the task. And so I thought this was an amazing thing. So the difficulty there is we have to drill down through a mountain and we have to exactly aim to hit the tunnel. But we're more than like very high above the tunnel. So if we get even out by 1 degree, the vertical shaft might miss. So the challenge there is we have to be very accurate, and also it takes a fair bit of time. And then coming in from the side, which is another possibility, that is to come from the side of the mountain in, that's also possible. But the technology that we use for doing that is slow. So that also takes quite a lot of time. And we'll be going through ground that we haven't excavated through before. So that will be from the side. And then coming from the other end of the tunnel, all the way back around the other side, that's very sure because that's actually along the alignment that's been studied. And so we'd have a high degree of confidence in that, but that would take an even longer period of time. So all of these different options, they have a balancing of risk and they also have a question of time. And one of the things that I'm passionate about, and I know the whole team are as well, we're going to rescue 41, we're going to rescue 41 men. We don't want to hurt anyone else in the process. So that's our challenge right now.